We are about to go on the studio tour for the 60th anniversary. Let's do it. Look at the banners. 60th studio. The Glamour Tram. Oh, nice. There they are. Wow. Look at all the retro old attractions that used to be here. Nice. Studio tour. We are now in the 1960s Glamour Tram for the 60th anniversary. Awesome.
So hello, welcome. My name is Katie. I will be your tour guide here today. Hello. Our driver is Jose. We also have another official co-host, the master of ceremonies, if you will. You might know him. His name's Jimmy Fallon. He's also the host of The Tonight Show. Here he is. Take it away, Jimmy.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Fallon. Welcome aboard the world famous studio tour. Why the tour? Well, we're celebrating our 60th anniversary. It's 60 years of glitz, glamour, and our own great white shark. As we celebrate our diamond anniversary today, we pay tribute to Universal Craft, due to behind the scenes discover why this studio tour is world famous. So whether this is your first visit or your 60th, get ready for fun, excitement, and an experience like no other.
And since we are officially celebrating our 60th anniversary, we're going to start things off with a little bit of a history lesson, right? So on March 15th, 1915, our founder, Carl Laemmle, invited the public into the studio to watch silent movies being made. Guests could walk from set to set and marvel at the new technology involved in filmmaking. On July 15th, 1964, the first of our red and white candy striped Glamour Trams took 67 passengers on a 2-hour driving tour of Universal Lots, and the world-famous studio tour was born. We started with 2 drivers, 2 guides, and 1 ticket seller working out of a trailer on Lake Ocean Boulevard. From there, the studio tour expanded with fantastic, one-of-a-kind Hollywood elements like the Rock Slide and the Burning House, which were right around this area of the lot back in the 1970s and 80s. Now today you are currently on one of our 60th anniversary Glamour Trams. It is one of our super trams, but dressed up in throwback style. This red and white candy striping was originally created by Harper Goff, a well-known Hollywood art director and set designer who worked on movies like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory for Paramount, and who's known for his fantastical designs. In 1983, we upgraded 2 super trams, allowing us to carry more guests and experience more thrills. In 2000, we added onboard video, turning the tram into a movie theater on wheels. And then in the past 5 years, we have gone electric. So if you notice some trams driving around without the Glamour Tram look, but they've got some green writing on the side, those are all of our electric trams that we have out on the lot. So very exciting. Now as we continue,
Work their magic to get a production ready, including my company, Illumination. At Illumination, we've made an exterior set for many outdoor scenes. Over the last 60 years, studio tour guests have seen these locations shoot in the big cities, quiet suburbs, even that guy's hometown. Yeah, that guy. For countless movies and TV shows. This is Universal's Metro sets.
so most of the sets that
These sets were used to create Hill Valley and the Back to the Future films.
And they represented multiple time periods, 1985, 1955, and the far, far distant future, 2015. To this day, this is one of the most popular sets on the Universal Studio Tour.
We had a lot of fun making those films here on the lot. I wonder what it'd be like to go back to those days. If only we had a time machine.
Hey everybody, do you think we can get this tram up to 88 miles per hour? See you in the future.
wall over the original facade to give it a more generic look. Looks like we have the time machine hanging out here as well today. But it's a more generic look. We have some of our geese hanging out here as well. We have every year. We have a lovely geese, but hey, at least they're relaxing there and not attacking us. That's great. But with this clock tower structure, again, it looks different because we've had a lot of commercials filmed out here. Ghost Whisper, they filmed 5 very successful seasons out here. Shows like Rutherford Falls and Parenthood, they've done a lot of active production out here. So at this point, it's kind of like your Anywhere USA town, if you will. So again, really neat little area there. And you know, say we're having like a commercial.
Attraction resided from 1986 until 2,000 meters. He stood 30 feet tall and weighed in at 13,000.
That's great. Okay, you guys might want to put on your glasses. Put your glasses on.
Spray paint, so just really incredible attention to detail out there. All different sizes. That is done on purpose because a few of our Western cowboys are a little on the shorter side. So what we would do is we would stand those shorter cowboys up in front of one of the smaller door frames. That way they would appear bigger, brawnier, stronger. Section of 6 points, and that's because 6 points is made out of 6 different streets. They're each equipped with their own bank, saloon, and sheriff's departments. So back in the day, we could film up to 6 different movies out here at one time. And that's because most of our Western films were silent films. So then our founder, Carl Laemmle, used to set up these bandstands, and for 25 cents, you could come and cheer on your favorite cowboy. So you could cheer for the good guys, boo and hiss for the bad guys. Most of our Western stars loved that because the majority of them were theatrically trained actors, so they were used to having a live audience, loved having that live studio audience feel. But then as soon as talkies were invented, we did have to mix that idea. And when I mention talkies, I am talking about when sound came into play, not that delicious snack. I have had that question asked, and I'm clarifying that for everyone right now. It's when sound came in. The star of the movie, Charlton Heston, made an appearance to part the waters for our guests, and the Glamour tram seemed to drive right through the lake and give everyone on board a sea-level view. There have also been exploding water mines, torpedoes, and prop submarines as part of the action on the lake. That same location out there has also been known as the Black Lagoon. From Creature, from the Black Lagoon, we love our classic monster movies here at Universal. In fact, we love them so much that opening up next year in Orlando is Dark Universe at Universal Epic Universe. Again, that'll be opening up next year in Orlando. Maybe one of my Disney fans on board the tour, and you recognize this area as Genovia from Princess Diaries 2, A Royal Engagement, where they held the princess parade for the royal wedding. This area was also featured, if you remember, in the late 90s. Disney did a revamped version of Cinderella starring Brandy, Whitney Houston, Whoopi Goldberg. We used our town center area for that production. And then Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean, they filmed a whole bunch of scenes out here as well. Over on the right-hand side, you're seeing our Court of Miracles location. That's actually where Frankenstein's creature, he busted through a wall, made his very first on-screen appearance. Next, we're going to hang here for just a moment or two. Looks like we might get the chance to actually take you all inside of a soundstage today. We're just waiting to see if the red light turns to green, so we're going to hang here for just a few moments. But very exciting, they've been prepping this area for an active production that I believe is supposed to take place later this evening. So they've been allowing the tourists through here just so we can show you all each here today. And a unique thing about this particular soundstage is actually 2 stories in the structure. But since we're driving through the first level, obviously we're just going to see the first level today. It definitely looks like they've got it all set up. Oh, there's San Francisco, great. So like a subway station scene, if you will. We've got some, looks like the costume department is hanging out there on the left-hand side here. Okay, not worried about folks. It's one of our California Tremors, you know, that sort of thing.
Oh, it's resetting. Awesome.
Now, technically, this attraction originally opened 35 years ago in 1989. It just reopened for our 60th anniversary of the studio tour, so it just reopened this spring.
Look how they reset this.
Makeover and included all the props and movie making equipment, bringing the set
how
out
to
here
reset
into
the truck
the
right now.
21st century. So if you've been on Earthquake in the past, again, hopefully you notice some of the differences, whether it be the aesthetics part or the actual attraction itself. But really neat. We've been through this area since it's reopened a handful of times, and we got it today, which is great. All right, so as we continue on here in this island area, the same location, not only was it used for Jaws, it is because Bruce the shark completely out of the water. So I'd say grab your cameras, take those pictures, because right now Bruce is having some things done to him today, so he's completely out of the water, which is why we're kind of passing over
That was
this
awesome.
location. But really neat, some really neat signage there for another neighborhood. That's from the Back to the Future production. So the Lion Estate signs, those are actually recreations of the original props. They were done for the big 30th anniversary of the Back to the Future trilogy. And since that's a fun little throwback that we have out here on the tour these days, we'll actually chat with Steven Spielberg, who's going to tell you about some of his throwback days when he first visited us here at the Universal lot back in his high school days.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called the Gray Line Tour Bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. It was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, I hid in the bathroom. When everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I'm sure the bus left. And then I had the entire lot to myself that day. And in those days, movie lots were so crowded because all movies were made on film lots. Today they're made all over the world, on locations, but most of it was focused in those days, in the 60s, on the film lots. So nobody noticed me when I was going around from soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt, in my own young way, I owned the lot and had the most amazing day of my life.
And it's just wild to hear that story because right now we are currently traveling on Steven Spielberg Drive. So we really love Steven here at Universal. I mean, not only does he have his offices located out here in our lot, but then sometimes you get the chance to see some of the sets from his movies, just like what we're headed to next. We're about to see the crash site from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. And this is an actual Boeing 747 that was specifically destroyed for the set.
Because it's just something you don't see.
Oh my god.
Minaj and Rihanna, where they filmed their Fly music video, where they're using their dance moves to fight off a bunch of ninjas out here. And then coming up here over on the right-hand side, you're about to see that classic Psycho house from Alfred Hitchcock's classic film, Psycho. You might even see Mother rocking away in her chair in that second-story window. And then it looks like coming up next, we are about to pass by our official scale replica of LA's most iconic landmark, the Hollywood sign. Now, while we are celebrating our 60th, the Hollywood sign has been commemorating its centennial year. And for the first few decades of the studio tour, one of our hallmarks was a visit to Prop Plaza, where guests disembarked for once-in-a-lifetime photos. They got the chance to interact with characters, vehicles, and props from their favorite productions. Well, guess what? Just for our 60th anniversary, we have brought that opportunity back. So remember, folks, this will be a limited stop. When you are ready to continue the tour, you'll simply follow the signs out there. You might be boarding onto a different tram with a brand new guide, so remember to gather up all of your personal belongings and those 3 glasses. You will need them when you resume the tour. So watch those arms and legs as we open those gates for you. Enjoy yourselves out there. Thanks for joining me on the tour.
This is an original, authentic 1960s glamour tram here at Universal. Look at that. Very, very, very cool. Platform is now open. These are actual Are these from actual movies? Are these actual props?
Yeah, actual props.
Wow. Yeah, this one's over here too. That's the Hollywood sign.
Photo with the Bates house. Right over here.
You get a photo of the Bates Motel house if you want.
Forward.
Oh. Hey, Norman. Oh. Have fun in that room. Is he still? Oh, is he still? Yeah, you go there and take a picture of King Kong and stuff. That was awesome. Here we go, King Kong. Fast and the Furious, you can skip that. King Kong and Jaws is what I want to do. I know, King Kong, I know.
Of the studio tour.
Yeah.
Once the track comes to a full and complete stop.
Universal Studios when I was 12 years old, feeling this feeling of wonder. You know, one of my first trips at Universal Studios, seeing the Jaws ride. One of my favorite movies of all time. Just feeling like, that's him. That's the Jaws. But I don't even know if that is the Jaws. I hope it is. Sharing space with Hitchcock and Spielberg, I couldn't be more proud.
And now we're going to be driving the tram right through one of the sets of Jordan Peele's film Nope. It's the set of Jupiter's Claim. We're going to stop in here for a moment, allowing you time to get some pictures of the set.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky G. Park. Over there, look into the winking well. Have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Share. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? What? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, the gold rush frontier town, lies a sinister secret. Welcome to the world of Nope.
We just wanted to stop for a moment, give you time to get some pictures. The tram ride would climb to an imaginary elevation of 12,000 feet. And the only way to get back into the theme park was through the ice tunnel, where the slightest noise could create an avalanche, and always did, making the walls spin and everybody on the tram to kind of tilt along with the Hollywood special effect. Whenever we would drive through the ice tunnel, we would drive through
The studio tour is taking guests on an amazing behind-the-scenes look at a movie studio in a way that only Universal can. I hope that you had a great time today, and on behalf of everyone at NBC Universal, thank you for joining us to celebrate our diamond anniversary. Here's to another 60 years.
Thank you for celebrating 60 years of the studio tour with us. The studio tour is where it all began for Universal destinations and experiences. From our first two glamour trams driving around our studio lot in the summer of 1964, we've developed into so much more, including 7 parks, entertaining millions of guests every year. I want to thank all of our studio tour ambassadors, drivers, and studio tour guides over the years who have helped make the studio tour world famous, from our first 4 guides and drivers to the hundreds of team members who support our tour today. For all of our past members, thank you for coming back and joining us today. If you're not a past member, stop by the Universal box office, find out how you can upgrade today's ticket into an annual pass, and that allows you to come back and join us again and again. Make sure you've downloaded the Universal
I hope you all enjoyed this video, the 60th anniversary of the studio tour at Universal Studios Hollywood. Please subscribe with that middle button if you haven't already, and check out the 2 videos you see on the screen if you haven't already. Okay, goodbye everyone.